Hi guys, Coach Claire here with a few tips on how you can extend your cycling season outside. As the temperatures drop below the 70s, 60s, 50s, 40s, and below, a few pieces can make all the difference in your comfort in riding outside. So don't be scared to go outside when it's cold. We're going to start off with arm warmers. Arm warmers are great because if you have a short sleeve jersey and bibs or shorts, then all you're going to do is take them, their nice soft fleecy lining, and slide them up. Now, usually I would put these on before I put my jersey on, but I wanted you guys to see how they go on. And you can see that they fit my bicep really nicely. The best brands will have multiple sizes so that you can fit it, because it's really annoying when they fall off or when they're so tight they're like a sausage casing. The other thing about quality, in addition to the nice fleecy underside, is that they come all the way down and cover over your ankle bone. There's nothing so irritating as when it constantly slides up and you end up with a frozen wrist. So arm warmers are definitely your first piece of clothing that you're going to want to purchase. You can go chic or you can go cheap. If you want to go on the cheap, get some old school bobby socks, which if you were born in the 70s or 80s or earlier, you probably know what those are. You cut out the toes. You can get them for about $5 at Target. Slide them up your arms. They're cotton, but they certainly work better than nothing. From there, you want to have a high quality wind vest. This is something you really want to spend some money on. Now, there's all sorts of levels of wind vests, but get the best that you can afford. You can always add more from there. My requirements for a good wind vest are that it zips very easily. It should go up and down all day long with just one hand. In addition, the front of the wind vest should truly be windproof and have some substance to it. A lot of them are papery thin and weigh less than an ounce, and those are awesome, and that's a great extra one to have to put in your pocket. But your primary wind vest should definitely have some solid material on the front that's also hydrophobic or at least water resistant. You're going to be able to vent through your pits and through your back, so don't worry about venting your chest through the material. The best ones, again, have the easy to use zipper so you can ride along up and down. And then also really nice is that they have a bottoms up zipper, because sometimes you're riding and your neck's a little cold and you want to be able to open from the bottom. Your wind vest also should have a thinner mesh back so that you can actually sweat out the back, because believe me, you're not going to be getting cold in your back. You're going to be getting cold in your chest going into the wind. So this is going to vent out the back. In addition, as you see with this vest, I've got 3 full-size pockets. It is so frustrating for you to buy a vest with no pockets because they're so tight. You can't really get into your jersey pocket while you're riding. You're going to lose your nutrition, have a crash, or just be overall uncomfortable. Now, 2 other nice features are you want to have a zipper protector at the top so that it covers over and it doesn't cut your neck, because when it gets really cold, sometimes you're kind of huddling in there and your neck can get cut, so you want that covered over or else a fleecy lining there. And the final thing is when you're bending over, and triathletes have this all the time where they have that half moon sunburn because their jerseys slide up, we want to have our vest come down a little bit below our jersey, so it's going to stay below and keep us nice and warm. Now, this particular vest has great grippers on it. It's the Breckenridge vest from Pactimo, and it's going to stay there and hold as I'm riding my bike. So it's nice. So I'm going to stay nice and warm. My hips are even going to be warm. So this is just an all-around great jersey, and you see it's not constricting. It's just super comfy. So personally, I'm comfortable down to about 38 degrees with this setup so far. Next, we're going to look at covering our ears. So usually at about 50 degrees, especially when I'm riding downhill and it's 50, if you're going like 20, 30 miles an hour and it's 50 degrees, it's gonna feel like 20 or 30 degrees. So you're gonna take a headband. This one's super old. I checked, I did find it on Amazon and eBay. The newer ones are a little thicker, but I love this old Pearl Izumi one because it's low profile. You can pull it over your ears and down. It does have a ponytail hole if you have long hair, but it's super low profile and it'll fit nicely under my helmet. So just covering your ears will give you another 10 or 15 degrees, not just for comfort so your ears don't hurt, but it'll help you stay warmer under your helmet. From there, we've got wool socks. So I just grabbed a pair out of my drawer for the moment. This is a pair of Castellis. These were probably $35, and if you're new to cycling, socks are super, they can seem really expensive, but they're an investment and they last forever. Other benefits of wool is that they don't stink. Like you can be the grossest person and pretty much wear them 8 times a week and they won't stink. I do wash mine, just to be clear. But get wool socks. You can also get higher length wool socks, but that's really going to depend on your preference. For older athletes, athletes that are 50 and older, for men specifically, we're going to recommend that they cover their Achilles while they're riding and the bottom part of their soleus, just to help protect that area, which is more prone to injury. From there, we're going to go into long-fingered gloves. So you can go super cheap or super chic here. The only stretchies I could find today, because the $2 ones haven't come out at Walgreens yet for the season, but once they do, those are great. You can just pull these on right over your regular gloves. These have a little grippy, so if you get the ones with the little, you know, if you get some orange ones with some like little pumpkin grips or something, whatever, a couple of bucks, this is going to give you another 10 degrees again for your hands, which is super great. Now, I love bright colors this time of the year. It's the end of October in New England, and I tend to blend in with the leaves, so I want to have bright colors for cars to see me. If you want to go a little bit, if you really get cold hands, these 100% are actually more of a mountain bike glove, but there's no pad on the palm, so I definitely want to have my regular cycling gloves on underneath, and then they fit nicely over the top. And again, you can see these gloves are pretty nice because they cover my wrist bone. I think I said ankle bone earlier, but I meant wrist bone. And then I can actually pull my arm warmer over that. These are like 28 bucks. They're super bright, they're really comfy. You know, it's a pretty decent value. If you want to go a little bit more expensive, because these are kind of basic as far as like it's neoprene on one side and no padding, then you can get into the next level, which is going to run you like 55, 60 bucks. And that's going to be, these happen to be a pair of Giros. They're similar, but now we are getting padding. We're getting easier tabs to pull them on, to pull them off, a little bit more tapered and a little higher up. And this is also going to allow us to basically avoid the wind even more and keep our hands warm. So with gloves, again, you can go chic, you can go cheap. It's really personal, kind of like socks. And you can buy, again, $2 or $3 cheapos, and the most expensive cycling gloves I own for 20 degrees or so are about 175 bucks. I have one pair that will last me the rest of my lifetime. So get what makes your hand feel comfortable, and don't be afraid to try around with different things. The last thing I want to show you, and if you've read my accompanying blog post, you'll see that I have some cheap and chic tips there and some other awesome things like what to look for in a full winter cycling jacket and a full thermal cap that covers your head and covers your ears. But for the leg warmers, I just want to show you, because a lot of people know about knee warmers, but they don't really understand about leg warmers. And these are so great as a transition from tights. Like after leg warmers, I would be going into tights. So again, I would put my leg warmers on before I put my shorts on, but you guys are getting to see this way. So they come up. Again, I like these because I don't get the sausage casing effect on the leg. They just fit nice and smooth. I have them a little high. I can adjust them. Again, I like the bright color so the cars can see me. And then I pull these down. I like having them over my ankle because my ankles get cold. So this is just makes so much difference, because when you're out there riding below 40 degrees, your knees can start to get a little achy and tired. And it's like this weird feeling that comes on. But having just a little bit of material, and if you can see, these have this nice soft yummy fleece, that it just makes it so much more. It's like wearing jammies outside. It's so much nicer. And you can get, again, different levels of them, but just start off with a basic pair, probably $35 at a minimum, $55 for a good pair. And if you treat them well, you'll probably get a good 10 years use out of them. They won't last as long as jerseys and vests and that kind of stuff. I'm not sure why, but nevertheless, that'll make a big difference. So with this kit, I could comfortably go to 30 degrees in Arizona, 38 degrees in New England with no wind, and be comfortable riding most of the day. And as the temperature goes up, I can start taking stuff off and adjust so that if it's 40 degrees in the morning and 70 degrees in the middle of the day, I just pull a few things off, start stuffing things in pockets, and then I'm good to go. So give it a try and let me know how it goes, and I hope to see you on the roads in November. Bye guys.